everybody. Today we are going to practice segmenting words again, which is stretching the words out, finding out what sounds are in the words, and then writing those sounds down. All right, so we're basically going to be spelling words, writing them down. And then we are going to, again, practice blending, which is when we see the word on a page written down, we're going to practice the sounds, and we're going to say all the sounds, and then smoosh the sounds together so that we can read the word. Okay, so our focus here is spelling words, words that we hear, and reading words that are on the page. Okay, so I'm going to start us off with this word right here. This man, sit. Our word is sit. Okay, now I picked up my pen, but we're not going to use our pen just yet. The first thing we need to do is stretch the word out. Okay, our word is sit. All right, get your hands. Let me see your hands. You ready? Sit. Sit. Okay, all right. All right, I think we got this word. This seems like an easy one. You ready? Sit. Sit. Okay, so it sounds like we have how many sounds? All right, so I have written 3 boxes. Sounds like we have 3 sounds. What's the first sound we hear in sit? Sit. The first sound. Yes. An easy one. Okay. Now we need to listen for our second sound. Sit. Sit. What sound is I? You're right. I for iguana. All right. Now our word, of course, is sit. So let's stretch it out again. Sit. All right, we're listening for that last sound now. What is the last sound? It. Okay. What letter is t? The letter is T. Okay. All right, now we're going to read this one back. Are you ready? I. Now we're going to put those 2 together. Si. Si. Now we're going to add the last sound in. Sit. Sit. All right. Beautiful. All right, we'll erase that one. And our next word, I want you to get a pen and a piece of paper for this one. You can pause this if you'd like. But I want you to do some writing with me, okay? So open your notebook and get out a pencil. For our next word is pot. Pot. A pot is something that you can cook rice in or soup in. Pot. All right, so what is the first thing we're going to do? First thing we're going to do, we're not going to write just yet. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to stretch the word out. So get your hands up, put your pencils down, get your hands, you ready? Let's do it together. Pot. 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 Sounds like 3 sounds. Okay, so we're going to go over here to our boxes. All right, now, what is the first sound in the word pot? Pot. Ooh, I think I got it. All right, let's write it down. All right. I hope you wrote down a P for pot. Okay, let's stretch it out again because we need to find out now what the middle sound is. Pot. 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 Okay, I think we got it. What is ah? What sound, what letter has the sound ah? Write it down. Okay, I hope you wrote an ah for octopus. All right, now we need to find out what the last letter in this word is. So we need to find out. We'll listen for the last sound first. Pot. 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 Write it down. Write it down. I hope you wrote down the letter T. Okay, now we're going to read this one back. Okay, remember we're going to start with the first two sounds. P, ah, pa, pa, t, pot, pot.
I just need to get a drink of water.
There we go. All right. Good job. Now, don't put your pen and your paper away just yet, because we're going to do one more. We're going to do one more together. All right. And that one is, this is a mat. A mat. You may have a mat outside the door of your house to clean your feet on. Mat, or a mat on your bathroom floor. Mat. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do, we're not writing first. The first thing we need to do is slow the word down. Stretch it out. All right? The word is mat. All right? Get your hands ready. Pencils down. Get your hands up. Mat. Mat. So let's do that again. At. Mat. At. Mat. Okay. We have three sounds in there as well. Yeah? So let's go over here to our boxes. All right. Now, what is the first sound in the word mat? Mat. Okay. I want you to write that down. Pick up your pencil and write that down. All right. I hope you wrote down the letter M for mm. All right. Now we need to listen for the middle sound. At. Mat. What letter has the sound? Write it down. All right. I hope you wrote down the letter A, because A for apple. All right. Now we've got to listen for the last sound in the word. Are you ready? You got your hands ready too. At. Mat. At. All right, you know that one. Write it down. Okay, I hope you wrote the letter T. Turtle. Okay, now let's read this one back. We're going to start with the first two sounds. The first two letters, I mean. Put them together. Ma. Mat. 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 Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm putting the first two sounds together, and then I'm going to add on the third one. Now we are going to practice reading a couple words. Okay. Our first word is this one. Okay. I'm going to write it in our box here. Okay. Now, we're going to start with the first sound. Ah. Ma. Ma. P. Ma. P. Mop. Mop. All right, notice when I'm doing it, I start off very slow. Ah. Ah. Ma. Ma. And then it gets a little bit quicker because I'm smushing it together and saying it a little quicker. Then I start with mop, 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 mop. I get a little quicker. I can say it more than once. I can say it 2, 3, 4 times to make sure I get it. And if I don't get it the first time, if I'm like mop, that's not a word. We'll try again. Say it a little bit quicker. Mop. So we're squishing it together to make it sound like a word, because it is a word. But sometimes if you say it super slow, sometimes it's hard to understand. So we need to squish it together and say it a little faster. All right, our next word is this one here. This one, S-A-D. All right, I'm going to write this word down. S-A-D. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to start with the first sound, the first letter. I'm going to say the sound, and then I'm going to put it with the second letter's sound. All righty? S, a, s, a, sa, sa, d, sa, d, sad, sad. All right, sad. There we go. It took a couple tries to get it to sound nice, but I stuck with it. And that's what I want you guys to do. Read it more than one time. More than one time. Our next word, D-I-G. D-I-G. Okay, so we'll put D-I-G there. Now, the same as with the other ones. We're going to start with the first letter. What sound does it make? D, D. The second letter, what sound does that make? I, I. D, I, D, I, D, 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 G, dig, 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 dig. Okay, all right. So each time I added another sound on and then swish those sounds together. All right. So what you're going to do is the same as on Monday. You are going to practice segmenting the words. So I give you some pictures, and I want you to then write the word, what it is. All right. If it is sad, you are going to write sad. You're going to write the letters S, A, and D. Okay, and then I'm going to give you a list of words, and I want you to practice sounding those out. You can write them in your notebook like this, so it's nice and big, so you can easily go underneath it. D, I, D, G, dig, dig. Okay, so that is your task right now. All right, off you go.